Hey, what up everybody? Welcome back. We're here with another round of great deals that you can grab over on the Steam store. And as always, every game in our video will be at an all-time low, so you know that you're not spending any more than you have to. I hope everyone had a wonderful start to the new year. We finally have some new deals to cover, so without any further ado, let's dive in. Alright, and we'll start with the Panzer Dragoon Remake, which is a classic on-rail shooter brought back to life with modern visuals and smoother controls. You ride a blue dragon across a strange sci-fi world, taking down waves of enemies while racing to stop a rival dragon from reaching the tower. Now, it's short and arcade-focused, but packed with atmosphere, and the main story can be finished in about an hour. Now, it is great for any fan of old-school games, or if you're looking for a game that's easy to pick up and play with quick sessions, and right now, it is just $249. Huntdown is a fast-paced, side-scrolling shooter dripping with 80s action movie vibes. You play as a bounty hunter, cleaning up a crime-ridden city. You'll be blasting your way through gangs, bosses, and neon-soaked levels with tight controls and some incredible pixel art. On top of that, it supports local co-op, which makes the chaos even more fun, and it has some of the best voice acting that you'll find in an indie game, at this budget level. Now, it should take about 5 or 6 hours to wrap up, and there is good replay value, and right now, it is just $3.99. Blazing Chrome is a pure love letter to classic run-and-gun games like Contra. You'll be fighting back against a machine-ruled apocalypse, using tight movement and powerful weapons as you take down brutal enemies and boss battles across multiple stages. Now, the game supports local co-op as well, and it has multiple difficulty options, so anybody can jump in and have a good time. On top of that, it does deliver that classic arcade challenge if that's what you're looking for. Now, it should take about 2 to 3 hours to wrap up a full run, but there is again good replay value, and right now, it is just $4.24. Alright, and up next is Dead Island 2, which is a stylish, over-the-top first-person action RPG set in a zombie-infested Los Angeles. Now, the focus here is visceral melee combat, crazy weapons, and a surprisingly fun pulp-style story as you carve your way through LA. You can play solo or jump online with up to 3 other people. Now, the main story should take about 16 hours to wrap up, and there's plenty of side content. Right now, the base game is just $4.99, or you can grab the Ultimate Edition for just $6.99. It Takes Two is a co-op only adventure built entirely around teamwork. Now, this one comes to us from the great team over at Hazelight. They are one of my favorite developers currently in the game. For this one, you and a partner play as a couple turned into dolls, navigating wildly creative levels that constantly introduce new mechanics and challenges. The story is heartfelt, funny, and surprisingly emotional and deep, and the gameplay never gets stale. It supports both online and local co-op, and you do have the Friends Pass, so only one person has to buy it. Now, it should take about 12 to 14 hours to wrap up, and right now it is just $7.99. Evil Tonight is a survival horror action game with beautiful pixel art and that classic Resident Evil style structure. Now, you play as an exorcist exploring a haunted theater school, solving puzzles, managing limited resources, and fighting grotesque monsters in fast-paced combat. It's focused, atmospheric, and doesn't overstay its welcome, with a main story that should take around 4 or 5 hours to wrap up, and right now you can grab it for just $9.74, or you can add it as part of one of those Humble bundles over on humble.com. Alright, and from there we'll go to Crow Country, which is another classic-style survival horror game set inside of an abandoned theme park, and this one feels incredibly unsettling from the jump. You'll be exploring eerie attractions, solving puzzles, and trying to uncover what really happened to the park's creator and why everything went so incredibly wrong. Now, it does lean heavily into the PS1 era horror vibes with a strong mystery at its core, and the main story is about 5 to 6 hours, making it a tight but memorable experience, and right now it is just $9.99. Alright, up next is Turbo Kid, which is a pixel art Metroidvania packed with over-the-top gore, dark humor, and a surprisingly fun BMX bike mechanic that kind of lets you explore faster and access new areas. Now, the game is set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and it mixes fast combat, branching paths, and absurd weapons with a story that doesn't really take itself too seriously. You do not have to have seen the movie to enjoy it, by the way. It will help, of course, and the game should take about 9 to 10 hours to wrap up. There's plenty more, though, if you do want to explore everything, and right now the game is just $11.99. Aethermancer is a turn-based RPG with roguelike elements where you build a party of monsters that can permanently die and then be reborn even stronger through reincarnation. Combat is all about smart elemental synergies, team building, and adapting on the fly as the run evolves. Now, each run feels a bit different thanks to procedural levels and flexible builds, and of course, they can vary a bit based on your strategy. Either way though, it's a great pickup if you enjoy deep systems and replayability over a fixed campaign length, and right now, it is at a brand new low at just $17.59. Next, we have A Plague Tale Requiem, which is a cinematic, story-driven adventure that follows Amicia and Hugo as they try to escape a world collapsing under plague, war, and supernatural horror. Stealth, light combat, and puzzle solving are blended with emotional storytelling and stunning visuals. It is a much darker and larger sequel that really commits to the tone. Now, the main story should take about 17 to 18 hours, with more if you explore optional areas. And right now, Requiem is just $17.49. You can grab Plague Tale Innocence for just $7.99, or there is a bundle that includes both of the games for $24.50. Persona 5 Royal is a stylish, story-driven JRPG where you live a double life as a Tokyo high school student during the day and a phantom thief at night. You'll explore palaces born from corrupted desires, build relationships, and engage in turn-based combat with Persona fusion and team synergies at the core. Now, this is the definitive edition and adds new characters, story content, and tons of DLC. It is a massive experience, with the main story taking over 100 hours to wrap up, and right now it's at a brand new low, marked down 70% to just $17.99. Alright, and next is Halo Infinite, which delivers that classic Halo gameplay with a bit of a modern twist. You'll be following Master Chief on a large, semi-open campaign filled with exploration, firefights, and sci-fi storytelling. The gunplay is tight, the sandbox is flexible, and it feels great whether you're tackling objectives or just causing chaos. Now, the campaign runs around 11 to 12 hours, and it features a free-to-play multiplayer suite with dozens of maps, modes, and community-forged creations. And the best part is you get all of that for just $19.79. Alright, and from there we have Gears of War Reloaded, which is a fully remastered version of the original 2006 shooter, bringing brutal cover-based combat into the modern era with upgraded visuals, smoother performance, and refined controls. The campaign is focused, gritty, and packed with iconic moments as you fight against the Locust invasion. It's a tight experience that takes about 7 to 8 hours to wrap up, and both co-op and competitive multiplayer is included as well, and right now it's just $19.99. Alright, and up next is F125, which is the latest entry in Codemasters Racing series, blending realistic Formula One racing with cinematic storytelling and deep team management. Breaking Point 3 returns with a new narrative, while My Team 2.0 lets you run your own F1 operation on and off the track. Racing feels sharper than ever, and there's a ton of content here. The story should take about 6 to 7 hours, while the career and extra modes can stretch that way beyond 100. And there is, of course, online multiplayer as well. Right now it's marked down to half price at just $29.99. Alright folks, and finally we'll close out with a indie game that is multiplayer focused. We have Moving Out. This is a chaotic physics-based action game where you and your crew take on increasingly ridiculous furniture moving jobs. You'll be tossing couches, smashing windows, and racing the clock across creative levels that reward teamwork and creativity, of course. Now, it is easy to pick up, but surprisingly challenging, especially as the levels get more demanding as you get into the game. The main campaign is around 5 hours, but it is difficult, and it does really shine in local co-op, where you can play with up to 4 people. If you haven't played Moving Out, right now it's just $2.49, a brand new low. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up the video. Thank you for hanging out. I hope we helped you find something cool to play. If you did see something that caught your attention, drop it down below. Let me know what games you guys are picking up. Either way though, thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next one.